First, hi. Let me begin by saying that I have never abused any substance. I have never even been drunk before. When summer started a few weeks ago, I found myself extremely bored each day. I had almost nothing to do but sit around the house. After reading several pages on illegal highs, I decided to try some type of drug. My first choice was dextromethorphan because of its popularity, but since my parents make me take antidepressants, I fear I would suffer from serotonin syndrome if I took DXM. After researching alternatives, I found out that you could achieve a high from normal everyday Benadryl. Lucky for me, I had some Benadryl in my home. Day 1. One night my parents went out for dinner and I was left with just me and my brother in the house. This was the perfect time to experiment with this drug. To be safe, I told my brother what I was doing and how much Benadryl I was going to take that night. I took 8 pills, which was 200 milligrams of diphenhydramine, the active ingredient. I waited an hour before I felt any effects. It made me feel like my body was heavy, as if gravity had increased. 4 hours after I took the pills, I went to bed without feeling any more effects that night. Day 2. Disappointed, I concluded that I simply had not taken enough. Since I had 14 pills left, I decided to take the rest of them. At around 10 p.m., I took the remaining 14 pills, 350 milligrams, with a glass of water. Since the effects wouldn't come till later, I took a shower. After the 15-minute shower, I ate a brownie and got on the computer. About 45 minutes after ingesting the pills, I could feel the effects coming on. Once again, my body felt heavy, but it was more intense than the previous night. I left the computer and headed to my room. I lay down on my bed and waited for more effects. After several minutes, I heard my friend Ryan calling out for me from my left, "You forgot your books." I turned to the direction the voice came from and said, "What are you talking about?" That's when I realized that the drugs were working. I heard several other voices say things to me. I heard my name called several times, and each time I would reply, "Yes?" After a while, I left my bed and returned to the computer. I went on Messenger to talk to my friends. I couldn't keep focused on the conversations, and while chatting with people, I would start typing nonsense. I don't remember what I said to this one kid, but it was something like, "Did you keep a watch on your Clorox?" After I sent it, I realized that it made no sense whatsoever. After several minutes on the computer, I noticed that I couldn't read the screen. My vision had become very blurry and I had so much difficulty reading that I had to leave the computer. I went back to my bed where I laid for a while. I don't remember how long. I wasn't thinking about much, but I know I wasn't sleeping. Every once in a while, I would see a shadow moving out of the corner of my eye, but when I turned towards it, it would disappear. I got back up later that night and headed to my computer again. I had read online that diphenhydramine makes masturbating more fun, so I had to try it. I watched some porn to get me going. Watching the porn was very interesting because it felt just like it did the first time I looked at porn in my life. It was very nostalgic and very enjoyable. After whacking off, I noticed that most of the effects had worn off and my vision was back to normal, so I decided to get to bed around 2 a.m. Day 3. I didn't do any more Diphen this day because I was all out and had no money to buy more. On day 3, I felt very sluggish. I was tired all day, but I couldn't fall asleep. All day I had that feeling I have when I haven't slept in a while. I felt like my body was there, but my mind wasn't. I can't describe it. It wasn't really good nor bad. Day 4. I woke up with a headache this day. I'm still not sure if this is a result of the drug or if something else caused it. This day I felt pretty much the same as I did on day 3 until late afternoon when things seemed to return to normal. Overall, diphenhydramine produced an enjoyable experience that I would love to try again sometime.